you call an employer saying you were referred by someone, but you don't know anything about what the company does? So the lady called and she was like, I was referred by, and she listed the lady's name, and looking for a job, which I thought was great. The person name she mentioned, I knew who she was. So I'm thinking she knows something about the job, that she knows what we do, what type of job we're looking for. I mean, we do have an ad out there, but she knew nothing. She knew nothing about the job. She knew nothing about the company, which was horrible, really, because why call a employer for a potential job and you don't know anything about it? The second thing that she did wrong was she bashed her previous company. And she kept saying, between you and me, the company doesn't pay well. Between you and me, the company is just not a good company. Lady, I don't know you. So there is no between you and me. You do not call an employer that you are trying to get a job with and start bashing the company. You don't call and just try to start, between you and me, things like that. That's not how you get a job. That's not how you get a job at all. Third thing, when I asked her about her resume, so I kept saying, you can go to our website or you can send your resume to the email address. She kept saying, I don't have a resume. The last resume I've done is old. I've just been piecing resumes together or piecing applications together and sending it. If you're looking for a job, and I really can't stress this enough, before you fix your fingers to call an employer and to talk to them, have your stuff in order. Know what the company does. Research the company. If you got time to pick up the phone, you got time for 2 minutes to look and research the company. You need to have a resume ready to send. Because a lot of times, if you get the HR person on the phone and they ask you to send your resume, when you hang up, you need to send your resume right then and there, or you'll miss your opportunity. And this woman missed her opportunity for many reasons, but one, because she didn't send her resume. Do not bash the company that you're working for. Do not bash people at all. No one even asked her why she wanted to leave. On her own, she just started spitting out all this information. So the tip for today is to make sure that if you are looking for a job and you go to cold calling, which is a method that, does work. And I don't necessarily recommend that for everybody, but it does work. If you do that, be prepared. Don't call because you've wasted your time and you wasted the person who answered the phone time as well. How do I ask about benefits if the employer does not bring it up in the interview? So a lot of times, I tell people you don't want to ask about salary. You don't want to ask about benefits in the interview, because unless benefits are important to you, which they're important, but if benefits are a deal breaker, then you can ask about benefits. And what you can say at the end, when it's all over, you can say, can you ask the person, can you talk about any benefits that your company offers or has? Now, I don't necessarily recommend that because you want to wait until maybe you're selected for the second interview or follow-up interview, because sometimes they may have follow-up questions for you for then to see if they're even interested in you, because you don't want to give off the wrong impression. But you can say at the end. So don't say it at the beginning. Don't say it, interrupt them in the middle. But at the end, if benefits is a deal breaker for you, then you can say, can you talk about what type of benefits your company has here? So where do I go to brush up on my office skills for free? So you always want to make sure that you stay current, especially as it has to do with office skills. So some places that you can go, some local Goodwills offer Microsoft Office classes for free. So you want to look around and see the resources that are in your community, because again, some Goodwills, they offer that as part of their work readiness program for free, some Microsoft Office skills. Also, you can go to YouTube to learn about how to do different techniques on Microsoft, and then get the free version and start practicing. That's a lot of times too, is that you want to practice. It's one thing to learn how to do the skill, but you also want to make sure that you're practicing practicing doing it as well. So local Goodwill, look around in your neighborhood, places that are offering free resources as far as free training on computers, such as Goodwill, where you can go and actually take the class. And sometimes the local libraries offer that as well. So you want to make sure that you're utilizing your community. Should I let all the companies that I recently interviewed with know that I recently accepted a job offer? So that's a good question. The answer is no, because you might have interviewed with a lot of people. It is not, you're not responsible. It's not your responsibility to let the other places that you interview with know that you were offered a job. So if you offered a job for one company, then good for you. Go work at that company if that's what the job that you're interested in. If you're interested in another job, let's say you have an offer, but you're really interested in someplace else, you can call the company. I've seen this done, and it works about 50-50, so it's taking a chance. But you can call the company and say, hey, I was just offered the job at this place, but I really do want to work here, and I want to know, have you made a decision about the position? If so, can you match what they're offering, etc. So you can do that if it's a position that you are interested in. If not, take the job offer and go. Once you take the job offer, if another employee that you've interviewed with calls and offers you the position, you can decline. I mean, that's happened to me before. I've interviewed people. They interviewed other places as well. By the time I got back around to offer them a job, somebody else had offered them the position, and they took that position and declined my offer. So there's no hard feelings in that. You're not responsible. It's not your responsibility to call all the places that you interviewed for and say, hey, I've accepted a job over here. Again, the only time you want to do that is if you're interested in a particular job that you interviewed with. And then you can call that one company and, again, say, I was just offered this job. I am still interested in the position I interviewed with you. I want to know, if you made a decision before I accepted this position. So you can do that. Can you talk about experience in a skill if you do not have any but are confident you can learn? For example, not having Excel experience but very good at maneuvering around a computer. What a wonderful question. Sometimes what I call it is people can fake their way through. And as it relates to Microsoft products, you can fake your way through Word. That's easy to say, I know how to do Word a little bit. You can fake your way through that. Excel is not one of those that you can fake your way through. If you have no idea how to use Excel, you can't fake your way through that. What you can say is that I'm not familiar with Excel, but I'm a fast learner and I catch on really quickly.